everybody! So today I just want to go through recent makeup releases as I do. I don't know, let's be honest. I should probably stop calling these videos chatting about new releases and start calling them anti-hauls because I really don't buy anything. I usually end up talking myself out of buying these things, but they're not always negative because I like a lot of things, but I'm not gonna buy them, so I don't know. Let's just get into it. We all know what this video is. We all know how this works. I'm on trend mood. I'm just gonna scroll through, and if I'm interested in talking about something, I'll talk about it. If I don't have any thoughts about it, I won't talk about it, you know? Okay, so the first thing popping up is this ColourPop collection. I actually love this. As soon as I saw this, I loved it. I like that ColourPop is getting a little bit more bold with their color stories. I just feel like they've been doing this like desaturated, dusty palette thing for so long, and I've just been wanting them to do like bold, vibrant, deep colors, and this is exactly what that is, and I love it. It's not something I need. It's not something that's filling any holes in my collection, but I think it's lovely. I love the packaging. I love ColourPop always kills it with the packaging. They know how to do a well-rounded, well thought out, well executed theme for their collections. I like the eyeliners that come in here. I think that they fit really well. I'm still very interested in their cheek dews, but I just don't need to try them. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna pick anything up, but I do really like it. That's usually how I feel about ColourPop in general, to be honest. Ooh, Fenty has a lip plumper. Is it like a gloss or like an oil? It doesn't say, it just says lip color. So it's conditioning, so it's probably like a thicker lip oil. I don't know. I'm not really sure like what type of product this is, but I love it. Oh, Luna, hi! Oh, did you hear her? She said meow. What's up, honey? What's up, baby? Oh, thank you. Thanks, honey. I love a good lip plumper, but how much is this? $22? That's just too much for a lip product. And you can get a plumper from LA Girl for like $4 or $5 that's really good, and so I just would not spend the money on this, but it looks nice. Now Soul Body has Face and Body Bronzer. So it's like a self tanner, but it's not like it like washes off, it doesn't absorb into the skin and actually tan your skin. They just came out with those body foundations though. Is there a little bit of shimmer? This is just a messy product. This is all I can think about is how messy it is. Like, you can't sit in your car, you can't sit on your couch, it's gonna be all over your clothes. Like, the only way that this makes sense to me is for like a photograph or for like stage modeling or something, but aside from that, I just don't see like a body foundation being a useful product for most people. I don't know. I'm not here for that. Hyram's skincare line. I don't know much about this. Like, this is honestly the first time I've even seen like a photo of it or like what he's making. But I know that Hyram gets a lot of hate online because he's not like a dermatologist or an esthetician. He's not licensed like that. He's just like, what is he called? Like a skincare specialist, which is, you know, most likely it's because he worked in like a department store in this like skincare section or something. Depending on where he worked, depending on which products he worked with, like that also involved education and training. I have also worked for a skincare company, so I only knew the products that I worked with, but we had extensive ongoing training. We learned about ingredients, we learned about the skin and how it works, and I actually was licensed in cosmetology, so I did receive real education about skin, and the way that I was taught in cosmetology school and the way that I was trained when I was working for the skincare brand, it was the same education, essentially. Like, we learned pretty much the same thing about the skin. So I know that he gets a lot of hate for not being a professional, and, you know, but he still knows what he's talking about. And I've learned a lot about ingredients by watching his videos, and he is the reason why I got kind of like interested in skincare and why I stopped using certain things and started using certain things. And I'm not like the best at maintaining a skincare routine, I'll be honest, but like, I don't know, I feel like he doesn't deserve the hate he gets. Okay, but like the products, okay? These serums are in like, are they in like squeeze tubes? I don't understand. Maybe there's a pump in there. I don't know, I've never seen like a serum bottle look like this. Usually it's like a little dropper or a little pump. So that's kind of interesting and unique, at least from what I've seen. Yeah, and all of these ingredients like the, you know, rice exfoliator, niacinamide, retinol, like he's talked about all these things like extensively on his channel, so it's not a surprise why he has like a niacinamide serum. And they seem like nice products. They're mid-range in price. Like I still prefer like the Ordinary's price point. It's like a third of this price, but I mean, this looks nice. I think like if this is like around your price point for products, I would definitely give it a try. I mean, he does know what he's talking about. I think people need to give him a break, but let's move on. Ariana Grande has new perfumes coming out. Thank you, next. Wait, she already has this perfume, but this one looks shimmery. I love Ariana Grande's perfumes. I've had 3 of them, and I've had Cloud, Thank You Next, and the one in the like pink matte like gem looking with the puff. I love her perfumes. I think she knocks it out of the park. She kills it every time with her perfumes. It's like that sweet, girly, like light fruity, like I love that. I love smelling like that. So she kills it. And this looks really pretty because it is sparkly. A Bratz collection. By the way, this is like all new to me. I don't really pay much attention to trend mood unless I'm doing like these videos, so this is all kind of like new and exciting. I love the resurgence of Bratz. Like I grew up playing with like Barbies and Bratz. I feel like Bratz came along like right when I was, you know, evolving from like a really little girl into like a kid. So they were like, you know, the mature Barbie. Makeup Revolution is very hit or miss though. I wouldn't really buy any of these palettes. Like, I don't like the shape. I don't like the ovals on the bottom. I don't know. This doesn't do it for me. Like the ColourPop Barbie collection does it for me a lot more. The lip liners are actually cute. Like that is something that I would consider picking up because it's just a lip liner, but like Bratz are known for their lips, you know? So I think it'd be kind of cool to have a Bratz lip liner, but other than that, I don't really care about the rest. Laura Lee Los Angeles has a new palette. Okay, are we still mad at her? Do we still hate her? She's another person that I feel got like disproportionate hate. Like her apology, like crying video was like cringy, like very memeable, very cringy, don't get me wrong, but like she got canceled out of existence. Like I don't hear from her. I think she changed her channel from beauty to lifestyle, whatever that means, but I don't know. I was never a fan of her though, so maybe she's still kicking, but like she was never on my radar before. You know, I cringed with the rest of the population when she had her apology, and then she was just not on my radar anymore. But this palette looks really pretty. Would I buy this palette? Oh, I don't know. Some of these shimmers look stunning though. This palette kind of rocks. Actually, the longer I look at it, I kind of love it. I'm not gonna buy it. How much is it? $45. Oh, dude, I can't swing it for $45. I can't spend that much money on one thing, but I love it. I love the like pastel mattes paired with the jewel tone shimmers. I think that's kind of unique. I don't think I have seen a palette like that lately where it is like that mix of tones. I think it's really pretty. I hope it's successful. I hope she's doing well. I don't know why we all hate her other than that she's cringy. But like, why do we hate her? I don't know. Oh, these Hello Kitty quads from ColourPop look really pretty too. I didn't pick any up because I don't need them. I don't need any of these. They're just really cute. I was into Hello Kitty in my like scene phase when I was like 13. When like Hello Kitty was like an emo icon on MySpace. I was into that. I don't know. I never loved Hello Kitty and it hasn't stuck. Like I don't have any nostalgia twinges looking at this. I just think that the quads are really pretty. Okay, this looks interesting. So this is the e.l.f. Putty bronzers. I've been dipping my toes into like cream blushes. So I have the e.l.f. Putty blush, I have the e.l.f. Putty primer, and I like both of those products a lot, like more than I thought I would. And I would consider getting one of these, and not for the bronzer, but because it looks like there's that really light cool tone shade, and I can't find a fucking powder contour shade. I can't find one. It doesn't fucking exist. Like, there, it exists, but it only exists in like the high end, like luxury or even prestige price point. That's just like, I'm not gonna drop that amount of money on a contour shade, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal, but I want to try it for this like cool toned, almost like gray, like super light. I mean, it's called a bronzer, but this is more of like what I would think of like when I think of contour, like almost gray. So I would try it for that, because that kind of looks like the shade I've been trying to hunt down in powder form. So this is a brand I've never heard before, and at first glance I wasn't really interested, but I read the caption and I'm kind of intrigued, and I'm kind of excited to pick one of these up. It looks like they're coming to Target in July. $12 each, so it's a little spendy, but this is basically a lip balm, but it looks like super nourishing, super comfy, shiny, vegan, cruelty-free lip balm that can be used as an overnight lip mask. That is right up my alley. I love shit like that. I love lip balms. I love lip masks. I love it so much. And if I can just pick it up at Target, that sounds great. This light pink one looks really pretty. They all look really pretty, actually. Naturium Skin. I've never heard of this brand before, but this lip balm looks really good. Oh my god, I just clicked on their page and it's all just the lip balm. Now MAC is doing these volts, trying to be ColourPop. How much is this though? They don't even list the price because it's probably an absurd amount of money, because I doubt you're saving much money by getting every single one of these. These are their Liquid Lash liners, and they made them in rainbow colors. So when I worked for the brand, I hated this. I hated this eyeliner because it's really liquidy, really goopy, and it dries like flaky and crumbly and thick. And it comes in rainbow colors. That's cool. I think like I will give it to MAC. Like, we all know I hate MAC. We all know if I say a nice thing about MAC, it's genuine, okay? When it comes to this like rainbow capitalism, this idea of like big corporations jumping onto like the gay pride thing because now it's profitable, where like 10 years ago they wouldn't touch it, wouldn't talk about it. Now they saw that you can make money from it, so now they're all about pride, and it's like pretty fucking disgusting. I will give it to MAC that they have been doing this since the start. Their credo is all ages, all races, all sexes. They've been doing their MAC Viva Glam, donating to the MAC AIDS Fund, which is their own charity. But like, aside from that, they've always been like very supportive of like the gay community. When MAC does their like gay pride stuff, it's like, yeah, they've been doing it for 20 years. Like, this isn't rainbow capitalism. This makes sense for the brand, but like, I bet this is so fucking expensive. If you want rainbow eyeliners, just get the rainbow split liner from Glisten, the Pride one. Just get that, and then you have it all, and it's gonna be like 1/10 of the price, I promise you. Oh, here's the Ariana perfume, God is a Woman. Okay, I love it. I love the bottle. I love every fucking thing she does, dude. I love her. And she filed a trademark for her own beauty line. Okay, another celebrity creating products. I don't know if I'm like interested in her other stuff. I don't know, we'll see. If it smells like her perfumes, if I can get like a shower gel that smells like her perfume, I would get that. Okay, so this looks really cool. So this, I don't know who this girl is. I've seen her on TikTok, Michaela J. I've just seen her around TikTok and I like her. I like her personality. She seems really fun. She did this collab with Glamlight. I've never tried Glamlight before, but people have been shitting on this palette, and I just want to say, like, why do you have to fucking hate everything? Like, the people who shit on this palette, I feel like just shit on everything. Like, it's okay to like things. It's okay to admit that things are good sometimes. This is a good palette. It has a really balanced mix of mattes and shimmers. There's not a shimmer that doesn't have like multiple mattes that can correspond to it, which is something I hate about palettes sometimes. They'll give you like a bunch of shimmer shades and then like 3 brown mattes. It's like, what am I supposed to fucking do with this? I love it. It's not even quite a rainbow palette because the tones, like aside from the yellow, like that's obviously like a primary yellow, but the the greens, the purples, there's a primary blue in there, but like they're all like tweaked. They're like slightly unique versions of like standard colors. Anyway, I also see a lot of criticism from people saying that the top 2 rows are just neutral, and I would argue that that's not true. I don't know why I'm like picking this hill to die on, but I guess I am. And this is coming from somebody who I've never used Glamlight. I don't have any feelings about Glamlight. I don't even think I follow Glamlight, and I don't really know who Michaela is that much either. I just think this is a good palette, and I'm here to defend it. So the top row, yeah, is pretty neutral. That second row, you guys, orange is not a neutral shade. Orange is a colorful shade. Orange is part of like the rainbow, and like technically, yeah, every shade is part of the rainbow, but like I would argue that that second row falls like right on the line between neutral and color, because there's a purple shimmer, there's a matte orange, a matte peach, a pink shimmer, and then like, sure, like a bronzy gold shimmer, and then like a dark brown shimmer. Okay, so there's a couple neutrals in that row, but like orange is not neutral. You can have a warm neutral, but this is not, this is orange. I guess I saw a lot of people like shit talking this palette, and I just disagreed, and I just need to say that I disagree. And so this palette is $42. That's a large amount of money. However, this is a humongo palette, and it looks stunning, bitch. These swatches look so good, and every person I've seen that has used this palette, I have not seen that many to be honest, it seems to perform really well, and I guess I needed to defend it. I had enough feelings that I just needed to say, and so I've said them. So yeah, I kind of low-key want this palette. It's probably sold out, huh? I might get this palette. I need to buy myself a palette for my birthday, and this might be the one. Okay, moving on. Oh, the new Norvina. Ugh, dude, I thought we did this already. Isn't this just the Norvina one? I never bought any of the Norvina palettes. I really wanted that third one, like that earth tone one. I wanted it so bad. This looks beautiful. These shimmers look, oh, so good. But how many times does Norvina have to do a purple palette? I feel like this is like the third one she's done. I guess purple is like her thing, but I don't know, man. Oh, bitch, let's talk about these. So I'm not the first. I mean, I'm pretty late to this. This June 10th, this was posted on Trend Mood, and this is probably not even the first post. Like this is old news. These are the neon palettes from ColourPop. You can't put one neon shade in a neutral palette and call it a neon palette. You can't do that. Even this, like this peach one isn't even a neon. It's just a peach. It like made me want to scream. And this yellow swatched, like this is like the swatch they decided to post, and it is patchy, dude. These do not look good. The packaging is so cute, and as soon as I saw the marketing for it and I saw the packaging, I was like, yes, bitch, ColourPop, finally. And I saw the product, and it was like actual disappointment. Like usually my feelings about makeup are like, oh, I like it or I don't, or it's whatever, or like this was like disappointment that I felt when I saw what they when I saw like what they did to us. Ooh, it's so, and this flopped so hard. Like I don't think I heard a single person say a single nice thing about these palettes, and I hope that ColourPop learns their lesson, and I hope they're like, it seems as if they are kind of listening, like that that like tropical collection I talked about earlier. Like that is like what we've been asking for. Intense pigment. Like that's what we wanted, and that's what we got. We want neon, and this is not neon, so do better next time. This is a travesty. Oh, this brunette palette. Ah, this is for a person, right? I am not the person. And this is so weird for Melt. In my opinion, this is so weird for them, because this looks like the first Naked palette. This looks like before brands knew what pigment was. This looks like 10 years ago when the consumer, the average makeup consumer, was afraid of color. And this is what was being offered to us. And it's not hard to find products like that. Like they're still being made, they still exist. If you want this, you can find it very easily. But for Melt to do that, when Melt I feel like has always been, you know, a brand to like at least try to be innovative, and this is just so bland. If watching paint dry was turned into a product, that's what this would be. The packaging looks cheap, and usually they kill it with the packaging. Like usually their packaging is sick. But this looks like boring. It looks like they had a deadline to put a product out and everybody just forgot about it and they just needed to whip something up like the day before. Like that's what this looks like. All right, we're almost through June and that's like all that's caught my eye. What the fuck? What? What the fuck? KVD View, I can't even fucking talk. What the fuck is this? KVD Beauty has a new palette, and when I saw this, I was like, oh, is this like Milani? No, bitch, this is KVD. This is KVD. I have been like rooting for them to succeed since they kicked the anti-vaxxer out of the company, and I thought like, now I can buy from the brand without feeling guilty for supporting, you know, her. But like it's just a swing and a miss for them every single time, and it really goes to show like Kat Von D herself was probably like the creative mind behind the whole brand. Like I wouldn't doubt it, because this okay, so it's a full recyclable packaging, like that makes sense, but you can make recyclable packaging that doesn't look like it's makeup from the dollar store. What? Yeah, like the comments are like, I thought this was Wet n Wild. Same. Oh my god, this is very old news. Like, I'm probably talking about something that has been roasted. I just have not seen anybody talk about this, and this was a shock to me when I saw who made this. They need to get somebody else in who has like her kind of vibe. They need to get like an alternative kind of like artist in as like a creative director, because like since Kat Von D left, like as unsavory as she is, without her the brand, they are floundering. They have nowhere to go. They have no idea what to do with this brand. This is so gross. Yeah, I feel like everything else has been like talked about. Everything's kind of old news. I'm gonna go to the indie mood. I feel like you have to like know about indie brands, and I just don't. I know the brands that I know, and outside of that I just don't. These look pretty. Chaos Cosmetics. See, these are, I've just like never heard of a lot of these brands, but this looks really cool. It's called a multi-chrome pigment, but it looks kind of like a cream product. They look really pretty, but those types of products, like I know ColourPop has had these before, maybe they still do, but I don't buy these kinds of products because they just tend to dry out so fast and I can only use them like a few times. Because I'm just not somebody who uses the same thing every day, and I don't want to buy something that I can only use like a few times. That's why I tend to go for like powder products. But they look really pretty, and I really like the packaging on them. I like the little like mystical, magical, fantasy characters on each of the lids. I think that that's really cool, very unique. Okay, and I think I've made it to the end of the indie mood from where I left off last time. So that's about it, fellas. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of stuff being released, but just a lot of it is just not of interest to me at all. I mean, I scrolled through Trend Mood until the part where I left off last time, so I scrolled quite a bit, like a whole little bit over a month's worth of releases, and bitch, I just kept scrolling, and so much of it was just like whatever to me. These videos tend to be really long anyway, so I don't really mind if it's a little shorter. It probably won't be any shorter. Like I kind of go on a lot of rants, so we'll see. My cat is running around crazy right now, like crazy. I think she needs some attention, so I'm gonna go attend to her. Let me know what else you want to see from me. I post twice a week every week, so subscribe if you want to see more. All of my social media will be linked down below. If you want to be friends, let's be friends. And as always, I just want to say thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.